people struggle with the fact that the person closest to the Father, Jesus, he put on a cross and killed him. Like, that's what it looks like getting close to the Father?
It's like victimization. This is where you have to come to the understanding that the level of oneness between the Father and the Son is something that is beyond our normal level of understanding. It cannot be like a father and a son. It's much closer than that. Even though there's a physical similarity between fathers and sons at a natural level, the relationship between God the Father and God the Son is so close that actually Jesus is the Father offering himself.
Yeah.
So otherwise it becomes an immoral act. And there's no way in which the cross is that. This is God the Father giving himself.
But then there's that sentence that Jesus says on the cross, which if it is the Father giving himself, he says, "Father, why have you forsaken me?" Which doesn't sound like the Father down there then.
Well, when Jesus dies on the cross, he takes the weight of human sin upon himself. The big issue with sin, the biggest issue with sin, is that it separates us from God. Okay, it messes up society, it messes up your own life, but more than anything, sin is the big block that stops us having a relationship with God. So when Jesus takes the sin of the world upon himself, there is that moment where he cries out and says, my God, why have you forsaken me?"
So in that moment, because we've said
he was
that
dying as a sin offering.
We say that the Father can't even look at sin. It's that So in that moment, is the unity of the Trinity broken?
Wow, that's such a big question, isn't it? I know some people preach that this is the gap that opens up to let us in. I'm just about comfortable with that concept, that there's a gap that opens up that lets us in. But as soon as you go beyond that and start implying that in some way Jesus was so separated from the Father that it split the Trinity, I think you've really got a problem there. Because there's such a closeness in that relationship.
But that almost hurts more though, because it's that really, like, if you think even our human comprehension of a Trinity and just being split from that is painful. Like that actually makes me empathize even more with what happened on the cross.
We'll keep going in that direction, because I think the cross is the ultimate pain in the whole of human history. It's the agony that God was prepared to put himself through in order to secure our redemption. And even though I would struggle with the idea of there being a split in the Trinity, the pain that was involved in that relationship at that particular point in order to purchase our salvation is something that, when it says the Father gives the Son, we just get the impression, okay, that's no problem because he's going to get him back again. But actually, the cost in that is huge, and the willingness of the Son to lay down his life is huge. And although I don't believe that it actually splits open the Trinity, I actually believe that there's a pain in there and an anguish in there, which if we'd heard that cry from the cross, we'd really have experienced it. But the amazing thing is, after he cried, my God, why have you forsaken me?" there comes that moment where he says, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." So it's incredible that even though he's become the sin offering for us and, as it were, taken the weight of sin upon himself, he's still got this absolute trust in his Father, which says, "Into your hands I commit my spirit." It's amazing.
Thanks for watching. If you want to listen to the full episode, head over to podcasts on iTunes or click the link in the comments.